On April 20th, Rajasthan's Balotra district was in the final stages of preparation. Thousands of workers were putting the finishing touches on the site, expecting the Prime Minister to arrive the very next day to officially open the Pachpadra Refinery. This wasn't just a local project, it was a strategic priority for India's energy security. Costing nearly 80,000 crore rupees, this facility was designed to help stabilize domestic fuel supplies during a period of intense global energy volatility. The sheer scale of the engineering is massive. The complex is rated to process 9 million metric tons of crude oil every year, utilizing high-tech systems to convert raw oil into petroleum and petrochemical products. But at 1:55 p.m., exactly 24 hours before the scheduled launch, the core processing area was rocked by an explosion. Thick plumes of black smoke and orange flames rose from the center of the facility. The inauguration was immediately postponed. As the emergency teams moved in, the sudden cancellation and the sight of the blaze triggered immediate questions about the safety and stability of the multi-billion-dollar project. The geographic location added a layer of immediate concern. The refinery is located just 100 kilometers from the border with Pakistan, an area under constant, high-level security surveillance. Because of that border proximity and the precise timing of the blast, authorities had to immediately investigate a difficult question. Was this a localized mechanical accident or a coordinated act of sabotage? To find the answer, investigators had to look at how a refinery actually functions. Its main purpose is taking raw crude oil, which is unusable in its natural state, and heating it until it separates into usable products like diesel and petrol. The Pachpadra facility is uniquely designed to handle a blend of raw materials. It's built to process heavy crude oil imported from the Arab Gulf, alongside lighter oil pumped from Rajasthan's own Mangala oil fields. Every drop of that oil must pass through this tower, the Crude Distillation Unit, or CDU. It is the central processing organ of the entire refinery complex. Inside the CDU, the oil undergoes fractional distillation. The crude is heated to extreme temperatures, causing different hydrocarbons to vaporize and settle into layers based on their specific boiling points. Because this process requires immense heat and high pressure to separate the fuels, the CDU is both the most essential part of the refinery and the area with the highest risk of fire or explosion. Following a technical probe, officials determined the explosion wasn't caused by an outside attack. Instead, it was a mechanical failure while the system was being tested at high capacity. The failure occurred here, in the heat exchanger circuit. This section was operating under intense pressure from an 800-ton compressor when a leak began at a specific valve or flange. Investigators believe that as hydrocarbons leaked from the faulty valve, friction in the machinery generated a spark. That spark instantly ignited the pressurized gas, triggering the explosion. The response was massive. Over 100 fire tenders were deployed to the site, working for over half an hour to contain the flames and prevent them from spreading through the complex. Emergency crews made a critical decision to isolate the adjacent vacuum distillation unit and the surrounding pipelines. By closing these valves, they cut off the fuel supply that was feeding the fire. That rapid isolation kept the fire localized to the heat exchanger stack. It ensured that while one circuit was damaged, the core structural components and the rest of the refinery remained safe and unaffected. Even though the structure was saved, the launch has been delayed by 4 months. This means thousands of expected jobs and local commercial operations are once again on hold. This isn't the first time the project has stalled. Its history stretches back 13 years, to when the foundation stone was first laid in 2013 by Sonia Gandhi's UPA government. Since then, the project has weathered changes in state administration and a second foundation laying by Prime Minister Modi in 2018, followed by the significant disruptions of the COVID-19 pandemic. These delays have come with a massive price tag. The projected cost has ballooned from an initial 37,000 crore rupees to nearly 79,000 crore today. While the physical fire was extinguished in a matter of hours, the project continues to struggle with compounding financial escalations that have nearly doubled its original budget. The incident at Pachpadra illustrates the inherent vulnerability of these massive, integrated industrial systems. As facilities grow more complex and more vital to a nation's economy, the margin for error becomes zero. A single component failure can stall a project worth billions. It shows that even with decades of planning, high-level political backing, and heavy security, the success of an entire national energy strategy can still rest on the reliability of a single valve.